too. Knows about the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
Finishing up a heater. This is like an anaconda taking down a pig.
Happy Friday, Nasties. How you doing today? TGIF, am I right? Huh. It's been a long week, but very excited to have you join me on the show, whether you're listening on iHeart, TuneIn Radio apps, or EdmontonSportsTalk.com. If you're watching on YouTube, slam that thumbs up. Hit us up on the Nasty Chat River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. I'm Hernan Salas, and welcome to EST Afternoons, coming to you live from the William Huff Studios. No Joaquin today. He'll be off for the next couple of Fridays. He had some days to use, so he opted to take some Fridays off. Smart man. Extra long weekend for him. And they'll be riding solo for the first hour. Let the jokes come in. Let's go. Bring him in. My good buddy, Evan Daum from Sport Edmonton, will join me for the second hour as a guest co-host. He's been wanting to do it for a while, and he promised to bring the heat. In the first hour, we got Zack to the future at 140. It's going to be a fun one. And we also have Derek Van Diest at 120 to talk some Oilers. Big game tonight. If they can win this one, all is good in Oilland. If they lose it, might get ugly once again. And in the second hour, we will talk some Blue Jays, some World Baseball Classic as Canada takes on the United States. 6 o'clock today in quarterfinal action at the World Baseball Classic. And, of course, the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. So lots of fun stuff to come. Of course, we're going to break down that butt kicking from last night that the Oilers received at the hands of the Dallas Stars. And we're going to get Evan Daum in on the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. We'll see what he comes up with. Of course, we didn't hit yesterday. I can't remember who won free practice one in F1, but it wasn't Charles Leclerc. And the Sabres lost, just like I said they would. Coop, my man, what's going on, buddy?
Well, it's going good. Thanks for calling me out right during the first segment. I mean, you know, I thought the Oilers would show up yesterday, and we're going to get into it more. But, yeah, that's not the performance you want to see. And also not hitting on the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. Also, you know, leaves a poor taste in my mouth because it's my job, Hernan, and you were quite confident in telling me that I was wrong, and I was. So
hey, we have one bet slip still alive. Cloud9 tonight.
Yes,
we need to win there,
right?
Yes, no, was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
So 2 out of the 3 have hit. We need a big win, and they're extreme underdogs. So I don't know what to think of this. But, if Cloud9 wins tonight, and if you sprinkled, I think it was over plus 2,000. So it's going to be a nice little hit there. So I got to check I'm actually going to tune in and see what's going on. I don't even know where to watch this, Coop, to be honest with you. Is it YouTube, maybe? I don't know.
Actually have zero clue where you would view it. I think it would be on Twitch. That's sort of like a gaming platform.
Yeah.
We're here live on YouTube, but Twitch is the place to be if you're playing games. And I found it on the website yesterday. I was looking at the standings. Like their rules are quite serious, actually.
Yeah.
Even though it's just
intense,
a video
man.
game. They get into it, man. And they actually, care. They train. They do everything. Just like, I guess, a regular athlete. And it would make sense why you have numbers for esports. I wouldn't be surprised if they add it to the Olympics.
It's crazy, man.
In the next few years.
The stuff you can bet on, man. Like the Oscars has a tab on Play Alberta, which is unreal. Obviously, the Oscars this weekend.
We have an ESC special up there, too. I think it's Sinners to win Pitcher of the Year. And gosh, I just blanked the main actor.
Is that
in
right?
That film, too. It's like about plus 500, plus 550. I made a bet of my own. I'm a big Marty Supreme fan. So I bet on Timothy Chalamet and put that in a parlay with Marty Supreme to win Best Pitcher. And the number was pretty good. So I used my game sense on that one to bet, and we'll see tomorrow. I'll be tuning in probably.
Yeah.
Not very often I tune into the Oscars, though.
Yeah, I don't mind tuning in. It is what it is. But we still have a bet slip alive. So if you jumped on that, let's all get together and hope for a Cloud 9 New York win tonight. Who are they playing? Toronto?
Toronto KOI.
All right.
In the Call of Duty League, yeah. And last time I checked, Cloud9 was 12th out of 12 teams.
Yeah.
And Toronto KOI was middle of the pack. So, I mean, they're heavy underdogs for sure.
Oh, baby. Let's go. That's interesting. Hey, what'd you say? They were in 12th place?
12th.
Oh,
yeah.
Baby.
That's last.
That's no bueno. That's no bueno. But keep the faith. There's a reason you play the game, Coob. Because anything could happen.
You play to win
You
the
play
game.
to win the game.
And it's a best of 5. So, see what happens. You play 5 matches in Call of Duty, different game modes.
Hell yeah. Hey, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, and they're proud to present Unified MMA U68 Friday, March 27th. Tickets are on sale starting at $89.25. All you have to do is go to River Cree Ticketmaster box office. This is going to be a great event, so make sure you check it out. March 27th. As again, man, almost mid-month. It's Friday the 13th. Ooh.
It is. That didn't. I didn't lock in and figure that out.
I know Jay said it, and I was like, "Wait, it is Friday the 13th."
Spooky. I mean, there's some big events going on this weekend. Of course, you mentioned that Unified MMA.
Yeah,
I'm hyped for that one. I haven't bought my tickets just yet, but they seem to be going pretty fast. And
you better jump.
A couple of my
that.
buddies and I are probably going to buy tickets. For
I went to an event years ago at a banquet hall. It was cool, man. It was really, really cool event. You can have drinks, they had tables. It was, I had a lot of fun. A lot of local fighters, obviously, and stuff. Not a lot of big names, but it was pretty entertaining.
But that's how some of the bigger stars get their start, right? You just you're not fighting, but you get prepped on the local stage, and then you might get a shot somewhere. So sometimes you don't really know. And you see Dana White's Contender series, and he also has Dana White looking for a fight, is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
So he goes on the road. Of course, he's the CEO and president, whatever, of the UFC. So he's in charge. He's the guy who looks out for fighters. They got scouts everywhere. He's been at a Unified MMA event before, and
you're always looking,
for
right?
the show. So I mean, there's prospects, right? So intimate location. They're at River Cree. Good to be close to the cage. You can hear all the punches and stuff. I'm like, that's a marquee event almost for me, because you could see UFC and the bigger fights in a bigger establishment, but when you're nice, close, and personal to the fighters, you can get a lot more of the vibes.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Big Dog, can you send DVD the link, please? If you can, he'll be joining us in about 10 minutes. Let's get to that game last night. 7-2 thrashing by the Stars over the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, this game, as soon as the puck dropped, it was over. Dallas was just better in every facet of the game. It wasn't close. It was 3-0 in the first period, and you knew. I know there's a little bit of hope with those 2 goals in the second, but man, Dallas was quick to be like, nope, this is not the way it's going to go. Special teams, power play, 0 for 3, 50% on the PK, not good enough. It was very disappointing. And listen, we're talking about one game here. I'm not talking about the whole season, one game. It was a disappointing game because they had played so well in the previous 2, right? So it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I think I said it on the oil stream off the hop. This is the Oilers team this year. Like there's 16 games left. Like it is what it is right now. They're a playoff team. They're going to be there. I know it's a poor Pacific Division, but they're going to go. They're going to go to the show, and hopefully they can turn it around. But this is a team. They're going to play some good games, then they're going to drop the ball a few times, and they're going to go back and forth. That's what this Oilers team is. So last night in this game, let's start with the forwards. Outside of the last 2 games, the previous 2 games that were wins, top line's been getting beat a lot. They get scored on a lot. It's not good. Last night, they were on for 3 goals against at evens. That line has to be better. Has to be. Do you want to split them up maybe? Or are they going to go Leon and McDavid tonight to try to secure the win? But that line has to be better defensively. Your top line against the top teams, or any team, can't be -3. All right? Can't be. Good for Dickinson for scoring his first goal. Beautiful tip. Thought it was great. The defense. Oof. Listen, Evan Bouchard's been pretty damn good as of late. There hasn't been a lot of complaints about Mr. Bouch, the butcher. But yesterday it was bad Bouchard. And it's okay. It's one game. So you can bounce back tonight. But dash 3 in the first period, just didn't have it. Listen, Bouchard is never going to be the most physical guy in front of his own net. That's something we just have to accept. That's just who he is. He's brilliant offensively, but yesterday was a bad game, and it's okay to say it. Bouch, the best players in the world have bad games. So, Bouchard bad. Nurse, probably the most frustrating guy on this team. One of. I don't know how our nasties feel. But you see him play good, and then you see games like last night, and he's just so all over the place. On the PK, he's always lost. He doesn't know where to go. He's out of position. 5-on-5, he struggled. It's just such a roller coaster with Darnell Nurse. And just like the Oilers this year, I think this is what Darnell Nurse is now. You're going to get good games. You're going to get a handful of bad. And it's go back and forth, back and forth. That's Darnell Nurse right now. Jake Wallman, baby. Holy, this guy needs a reset. He was awful last night. Once again, just a train wreck. Can't pass the puck. Can't read the play defensively. Look at the Duchesne goal, which was a fantastic goal. Like a little bit embarrassing. He landed. The puck was already in the net. He's falling on top of Jarry. Like Jake Wallman, I don't know what happened to this player. Because last year in the playoffs, he was really good, man. We were like, wow, what a get for Stan Bowman. This year, I think we might be regretting that deal. Now, can he turn it around? Of course he can, but he hasn't since the first 2 weeks that he came back from injury in the season and played pretty well. Then he got hurt again. He has not been the same player. He is out to lunch out there. He's been really, really bad. What do you do? I don't know. I know Murphy played with Nurse yesterday. Murphy's looking fine. Thought Ekholm was just okay. Stastny, he's their 6th, right? So, and then goaltending, ladies and gents. What do we do here? I think it's clear. Coop. I think it's clear Connor Ingram's your number 1. Run with this guy. Jarry should play 16 games left, maybe 3-4 games. Connor Ingram is your number 1 goaltender. Enough with the excuses. This is the same team that played in front of Stuart Skinner, and it was always Skinner's fault. So Jarry doesn't get a pass. I'm sorry. I don't care if he played for the Oil Kings and he wants to be here. He has not been good enough. Not even close. So for me, Jarry's the number 2. And Connor Ingram is your number 1. I can even say it now. He's your game 1 starter in the playoffs. No doubt in my mind. Tristan Jarry, not good enough.
Well, it's unfortunate because I was trying to look at the game yesterday where the Oilers spotted the Dallas Stars 3 goals and a goal in about a minute and a half, just over, to open the game. And you're looking at Tristan Jarry, and it's like, hey, that's not the start he wanted. He came in relief of Connor Ingram after he was trucked by Nate Dogg, and there was that response, or he had a strong finish to that game to pull it out for the Oilers. So you see him start in Dallas, and he just can't get it done. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. Sure, one of them went off the post, hit his back, went into the net, and then Bouchard was sort of caught backtracking, slow, wasn't strong with the stick in front.
Well, just
one goes in.
Just look at it. It bounces off the backboards. Bouchard, he's trying to play the puck. I get it, but Ben's all alone. The second goal, horrible pinch by Darnell Nurse. And Dickinson's there. It's a 2-on-2. And Dickinson's been really good, but why does he stop when he gets close to the net? It's an easy tap in. Third goal, Evan Bouchard with a terrible giveaway. One that hits Jarry, hit off the post, off Jarry, back into the net. Like, there was a lot of mistakes. Don't get me wrong, Coop.
Right. His overall body of work, and I just want to go back and say I fully agree with you. Connor Ingram is and should be the starter game 1 for the Edmonton Oilers. Should be the one getting 80% of the starts, 70% of the starts down the stretch here to get him set for the postseason because he's looked like the more comfortable goalie.
He is.
His confidence is there. He looks to be in position. He's not giving up those bad rebounds. There are some poor chances that were given up by Jarry last night and a couple of the other starts as well. You get pulled a few times throughout the season. His record isn't great. Save percentage. He has low quality starts. The whole thing isn't looking great for him. And I'm not sure how he's going to find that reset. I thought maybe yesterday after showing glimpses of good play against Colorado that he could come in here and have that confidence to start. But you let one in about 90 seconds into the game and that goes out the window completely. So we all know that he's capable of playing well when he's on, but right now he's not whatsoever, and got to get him going. He's got to get that engine started, but until he does, it's Connor Ingram's net all the way through.
Tristan Jarry, since his Oilers debut on December 13th, 8.55 save percentage. He's 58th out of 60 qualified goalies. He's got a 4.17 goals against, 60th out of 60 qualified goalies, minimum 10 games played. That is atrocious. And this is why I'm saying this, because I saw a lot of people coming to Jarry's defense yesterday. Well, look at the defense in front of him. Same group that Skinner had and Calvin Pickard had. Why does he get a pass? Make a save. That's simple. You know this team's not the best defensively, not even close. We'll make a save. I don't know what you do with this guy if you can't find his game. I don't know if there's any takers. He's got a modified no movement. He makes over $5 million, 2 more years left. Can Stan Bowman offload him in the offseason? Never say never. It's going to be tough. But Connor Ingram's the goalie. And listen, I know a lot of you didn't blame Skinner for a lot. I know. It's a small group. I know Big Uke was in there. I know Penner's Pancakes always said, hey, come on, like Skinner needs to be better. Sure, I think we all said it. But we weren't putting it all on Stuart Skinner. Jason and Leduc I'll throw in there because last time he got really upset that I put everybody under the same umbrella. So, yes, there was a small group of Oiler fans that didn't blame Skinner for everything. The rest, it's a big group. And wanted Skinner out of here, didn't matter for what. Don't complain now. Don't. Sorry. This is what you wanted. And Tristan Jarry does not live up to it. This is right now turning out to be an enormously bad trade for Stan Bowman. Of course, did we think he'd be this bad? I don't think anyone did. I'll be honest.
There was skepticism the second he came in. This story is always great. Oil Kings guy, local dude who lives here in the offseason, coming back to play for the Edmonton Oilers to sport the orange and blue. But he had a great start to the season on a Penguins team that was surprising and is still surprising to me. I didn't realize that they would have a season that they're having up to this point. Yeah. And now they swap Tristan Jarry for Stuart Skinner, and they're still doing good. Yeah. Skinner's numbers are going up, and it is, if you play defense in front of your netminder, they're definitely going to have more success, less high danger chances against. Rebounds come out, sticks are there, whatever, but it just hasn't worked so far. You give up Kulak and things like that, but that'll be a conversation for a while if this continues.
Everybody's like, I don't want Skinner trade. I know. I just can't remember everybody who always said it wasn't Skinner's fault. Okay, like that's why I separated. There's two groups. I don't know everybody which group you were in, but we all know there's a large group here in Edmonton that wanted Skinner out, and
the majority.
Yeah, the majority.
At least
we have to be honest.
The vocal majority.
And listen, and I think my boy Hawks always said it. Like it was time for Skinner. Yes, we all understand that it was just getting so bad for Stuart Skinner, but it hasn't worked out. Connor Ingram's your guy, which is fine because he's looked, out of every goalie that's been here in Edmonton, he's looked the best. He's your number one. It shouldn't stop. The Chris Knobloch from going to him on the regular.
Mm-hmm. What a pickup.
Yeah.
Right?
Big
Future considerations.
It costs less to buy out Campbell than this nonsense. You got to eat it, man. And I know a lot of people on the post-game show yesterday and today on all the shows are like, call up Pickard. I just don't see it, guys. I don't. And I'm not saying I don't agree with you, but I don't think that's going to happen. But for me, with 16 games, I think that's what they have left. I'm running Ingram, man. I'm not playing Tristan Jarry. So very disappointing. The one good thing I will say, we got to get to a break to bring in DVD. The one thing I will say that I did like from the Oilers is they showed some emotion. They stood up for each other. You know, at the end of the second, the Dallas player throws the puck at Draisaitl. McDavid's had enough. He's frustrated. He hasn't been playing well. He's already a -3 in the game. And you know, he gets a little feisty. I have no issues with that. I know Hyman said he's the last guy we want doing that. I understand that. But once, he never does that. So Love stayed on. I get it. But he showed some passion. He showed some fight. I liked it. Third period, when Szymanski takes out Hertzkovian. Dirty, I don't know. It was a penalty, but I love the reaction of the team. Let's stand up for each other. And I'll give credit to Hertzkovian. He's a little pain in the he had him going, man. You can't be upset about that. He's playing the game, man, and he had him off their game. But I like the Oilers that they stood up for each other in two situations. Because if they didn't, we'd be saying, man, this team is soft. At least they showed some spark while getting their butts kicked by the Dallas Stars. Now, the good thing also, they win tonight in St. Louis. It's a 3-1 road trip. We'll take it. Going into this, we were all sitting there saying, "Oh, maybe 2-2 is even good." They could finish 3-1 against three really good teams in the St. Louis Blues who are 5-0-1 in their last 6. So they're playing some good hockey. We'll take it. So we'll continue to tee up tonight's game as well. Of course, we're not going to get lines and all that because it looks like, both teams played last night, so they won't be skating. Connor Ingram's going to get the start. Probably Joel Hofer because Bennington won last night in a 3-1 win over the Canes. We want to hear from you. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. We also hit us up on the Nasty Chat. Slam your thumbs up. Your thoughts on the game. And do you agree? They win tonight. Hey, 3-1. We'll take it. It's a really, really, really good road trip for the Edmonton Oilers. Like always, Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta is your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery all in one place. With easy access to real money games, you can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. Coming up next, our good buddy, DVD, joins us here from NHL.com to recap last night's game, look forward to tonight's game and Sunday's game against the Nashville Predators. The Oilers did make a minor move as well. It's, what is it, Coob?
They made a deal with the Abbotsford Canucks, swapping forward Jaden Grube to the Canucks in exchange for forward Josh Bloom.
All right, perfect. DVD on the other side of the break. Keep hammering that thumbs up. Let's go.
The Oilers wrap up their 4-game road trip down in St. Louis against the Blues tonight. Swing by the Canadian Ice House to join Tom Gazzola for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Ben Thompson along for the ride to preview tonight's game. They hit the airwaves at 5 o'clock right here on EST. Just one other game in the NHL. LA on Long Island to face the Islanders. 5 o'clock puck drop. Back to the Oilers. They made a minor league deal with the Canucks, swapping forward Jaden Grube to Abbotsford in exchange for forward Josh Bloom. In other news, Radko Gudas of the Ducks, he's set to have a virtual hearing with the NHL following last night's knee-on-knee collision with Leafs captain Austin Matthews. Matthews will undergo an MRI to confirm the severity of the injury. He was forced to exit in the second period of last night's game. Live Paralympic hockey action. Canada and China locked it to a side end of the second period in the semifinals. And in spring training, the Jays lead the Twins 7-1 top of the 7th. After that, Canada and Team USA matchup in the World Baseball Classic quarterfinals. First pitch just after 6 o'clock. Derek Van Diest from NHL.com checks in next to talk all things Oilers. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Bruce Boudreau joins us.
When you're a kid and your teacher gives you a project to do at school, and so you take your paper home to your mom and say you got 2 weeks, every day she's saying, come on, let's start this project. But in your head, you know exactly the last day you can start to get this thing done. The Oilers know this is when we've got to start playing, and I think that's what's happened in these last 2 games.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers, but really May brings you...
Mom, I'm home from university.
Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Affordable, convenient, and Canadian storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free, plus students save 10% on continued rental. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Multi-platinum country superstars High Valley return to the River Cree Resort and Casino March 21st. Don't miss High Valley's signature fusion of contemporary country and traditional bluegrass. tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Let's go. Party Rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Yeah. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Woo. Everybody just have a good time. Clap. Party Rock is in the house tonight. Oh.
We're back here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk on this wonderful Friday. Oilers game day as they take on the St. Louis Blues. Just one more point on Connor Ingram. You shouldn't be tired. He hasn't played a lot of hockey, okay? You can run with him. No worries about that. Our guests are always brought to you by Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. And with that, we bring in Derek Van Diest from NHL.com. My paisano, how you doing, buddy?
Good, Hernan. How are you doing?
Doing excellent, buddy. Just happy it's Friday.
Yeah.
And then watch the game tonight and then relax over the weekend. Let's start there. Last night, DVD, disappointing because they played two pretty good games against the Vegas Golden Knights and Colorado Avalanche. And, I mean, before 5 minutes into that game, you kind of knew it was going to be Dallas' night. Now, probably not 7-2, but I guess let's start with Tristan Jarry. DVD, he's taking a lot of heat. The numbers are awful for him. Are you in agreement with me that this should be Connor Ingram's team going forward?
I don't think the Oilers have a choice. I honestly don't think you can play Tristan Jarry if he's going to give up 5-6 goals a night. And it's he's just not playing very well. His angles are off. On one of the goals, he looked like he lost his net and he was way over. Mm-hmm. He lost the post and he left the whole one side of the net wide open. He's flopping around. He doesn't read the play well. Like, you can just go on and on and on of his struggles right now. And the team has absolutely no confidence in front of him. Mind you, they're not playing particularly well in front of him. Like like last night, there's a couple of rushes where basically the defenseman parted ways and allowed a guy to go right up the middle. Like, they're not playing well again for him, and he's not playing well. It's really, you talk about the goals last night. Yeah, 50% of them you can put on terrible defending, and then 50% you can put on bad goaltending. But your goalie has to give you saves. Like, that's the whole point. He's got to save the ones that he's supposed to, and a good one save the ones that they're not, and bail their team out more often than not. And last night was a horrible display of defending, horrible display of playing the puck in your own zone and losing battles. And you could see the frustration in McDavid, obviously, and in the team. But no, they can't play him. If he's going to play like that, you can't play him. And so you're looking at, the conversation now is, man, that trade, what if it was Stewart and Connor Ingram and you still had Brett Kulak on the blue line? And then you got Connor Murphy, and then now you're looking at, okay, now your blue line doesn't look so terrible, but right now, man, the blue line is just, Ekholm is not what he is. Bouchard is a nightmare in his own end. Wallman can't find his game. Stassi's is a decent player, but he's a 5'6" guy.
Yeah.
Murphy comes in and he's their best defender. It's just it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And I don't think bringing in Paul Coffey did anything but just drive Coffey's anxiety level up. Like, this is crazy. Like, you saw him yesterday. I don't know if you saw the clip of him walking off the ice. He just took the tie off and he was just like, I'm done with this group. It's just
but Derek, not even
the
that.
Same group.
They showed him on the bench. It was 5-0 at the time. And he had a face that, like, man, why am I here?
Yeah, he did have that face. Like, what am I doing here? Like, what? Like, I had a nice life back in Toronto. Things are going well. Why am I going to add to my stress and anxiety level?
And but Derek, for me, it's like, and it's not a young decor. I'd give this decor a little bit more leeway if they were all young and finding their way. We're talking about a 30-year-old Darnell Nurse, an almost 30-year-old Jake Wallman, and I mentioned those two, Derek, because Darnell Nurse, I said it in the open, he's a roller coaster. You'll get a few good games, then you'll get a handful of bad games. Like that's Darnell Nurse, and I think that's just his career going forward, especially at the age he's at. Jake Wallman has fallen off a cliff from last year's playoff performance. I don't know what's going on with him. But those two guys, especially, Derek, if they can't figure it out, this team doesn't have a chance.
No, they can't. And their Nurse is just not doing – like, even last night, there was that huge scrum in the corner. I can't remember, someone was on top of someone else. And Nurse comes in, I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is going to be, Nurse is going to pick someone out. And he just went and grabbed the guy, and like, he just doesn't have that fire in him anymore. Like, a younger Darnell Nurse would have picked someone out of that pile and started throwing them, like, no questions asked. This one's a bit more tame. I don't know, maybe he's struggling to find his game too. And I've always liked Darnell Nurse as a player. I said that when he was struggling is because he was trying to do too much. He was trying to do too many people's jobs. Right? He wasn't staying in his own zone. He was trying to do too many people's jobs. But now he just looks disinterested. Yeah. Now he's like, okay, well, people are mad at me. I'm not playing well. But he's not getting up and down the ice. He's not being physical. Doesn't have that aggressiveness to him. Doesn't have that meanness to him. And it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just different. And it's a different Darnell Nurse than the one that came up when he was younger and he had all that fire in him. And he's a more passive player now, and it's not working out for the Oilers.
Derek Van Diest from NHL.com joining us here on EST Afternoons, and he joins us on the Old Country Towing Video Hotline. I mean, we can look ahead to tonight. St. Louis is 5-0-1 in their last 6. They're going to get the better of two goalies stats-wise. Derek, what are you expecting tonight? Because, listen, if they win tonight, a 3-1 road trip, especially the 3 out of the 4 teams they've played, and a hot St. Louis team that won't be going to the playoffs, that's pretty good. I mean, that's better than probably a lot of fans expected when they went out on this road trip. But what are you expecting from this team? Or is it kind of like the way I feel where it's like, I don't know what to expect because this team's all over the place?
Yeah, the Blues are kind of all over the place. And they're a late season team. Last year they went on a massive run as well and got it all together. And to me, that's a sign of good coaching. You look at a team as well coached as if they've improved and progressed throughout the season, and then towards the end of the season, they're almost a different team than they were at the beginning of the season. The Blues seem to have a tendency to do that. They really start out slow, and then they pick it up, and suddenly they're a juggernaut in March and April. It might be too late for them this year. Last year they went on that incredible run, but it's dangerous when they have nothing to play for. They're just going out there and playing for contracts. They're playing for pride. They're just playing hard, and they're going to say, well, we're going to play hard and we're going to be a tough out and we'll see where we kind of stand type thing. And I think the Oilers got to play a little bit more like that. They just got to play hard. The Blues aren't the Blues. What are they? 6 points out. So yeah, they're probably out of a playoff spot. They gotta make a run. They gotta keep trying. They're not gonna fold the tents there. That's just not the way they do it in St. Louis. So the Oilers got to just match their effort and their intensity level. And I think last night helped because I think there was a lot of animosity last night. Yeah. And it was frustration and when things aren't going your way and it's sliding like it is and the other team's kind of in your face about it and they're threatening you from the penalty box, which I thought was hilarious. It's like there's just a lot of frustration that can be taken into the next day and use that on a different opponent. But you're right. If they go out, have a good effort here, Ingram has a good game. Hopefully, there's no lingering effects from being run over from Nathan McKinnon. I saw that penalty was the 5-minute major was rescinded. At the time, I thought that's what it was. And I thought, honestly, that 5-minute major, to me, as a referee, I'm looking at those referees going, if they don't give him a 5, then the other goalie's going to get run.
Yeah.
Because if they're the Oilers and he's like, you're going to plow in our goalie like that, take him out bleeding, I'd be looking at their goalie going, keep your head up, buddy. And they diffuse the entire situation. Now, I know Jared Bender didn't like it. I know the Avalanche didn't like it. But that's their job, and they did their job, and I would have done the same thing because you're looking over going, okay, do we want the other guy to get run? Because that's what it would have been. If you get a 2-minute penalty for running a goalie that way, I'm going to run your guy the same way and get a 2-minute penalty. Like it's so I think it totally diffused the situation. But yeah, the Oilers got to play with that fire and that spirit, and Ingram's got to come out and play well, and he's been playing really well. So he's a good goalie. Like he works hard, he reads the game well. He's not particularly big. He's pretty mobile. So he's got it all in his game, and it's just a matter of putting it together. But yeah, like the defenses has to be a lot better than they were last night. Because if they just allow those chances that they're giving up. Doesn't matter who you put in net. You're going to have Patrick Roy in net. You're going to get lit up.
DVD, we saw in another game last night between the Toronto Maple Leafs and Anaheim Ducks, Radko Gudas, knee on Austin Matthews. He's going to have a phone hearing. I thought it was a dirty play. Austin obviously left the game, did not return. What do you make of the whole situation with Radko? How many games?
Well, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what his past is. So I think that's going to be, taken into consideration. I did not like it at all. But it's saying that I really didn't like the Leafs' lack of response.
Exactly, yeah.
Your captain is lying on the ice, and no one even goes to have a conversation with Radko Gudas. I think people, maybe it's possible a lot of guys didn't know what happened. They didn't see the play. But that's your captain lying on the ice. That's your heart and soul. That's your meal ticket. And nobody does anything. I know that's the conversation in Toronto right now. That was the conversation at the intermission. And Craig Berube coach team responding that way is kind of embarrassing, to be honest. And I'm sure he chewed out people in that dressing room after the game. Because you got to respond in some way. Like, I'm not saying start a bench clearing ball, but you got to go over there and say, hey, man, what are you doing? Like, no one even did that.
Morgan O'Reilly. He said, Morgan Riley. I don't know why I'm saying O'Reilly. Morgan Riley said after the game, well, at the time, we didn't know how serious it was. Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
You hit your captain, man.
Yeah, your captain's laying on the ice in obvious pain, and everyone's kind of looking around going, whoa, what happened? And it's Radko Gudas. It's not like he's a 6'5", 230-pound defenseman. He's a smaller guy. And he does.
He's
play
a grizzly
on the
bear,
edge.
though.
Yeah, but he does play on the edge, right? It's just, I'm telling you, like, it was just, if that happened in Edmonton, like if someone took out Connor McDavid's knee and he's lying on the ice and no one says anything to the guy that took him out, those guys wouldn't be able to come back to town. Like, they were like, are you kidding me? Like, they're getting raked over the calls in Toronto. Because it's just a response. It's just about a response. And like I'm saying, not everyone has to go drop the gloves. I'm not saying go out there and bench clearing brawl, but someone's got to go over there and say, hey, we didn't like that. Do something. They didn't like something. So yeah, I didn't like the hits. Obviously, I didn't like the results. That's their best player. Their season is spiraling down. And then this happens, and then this kind of adds water. And so it's just going to add fuel to the fire in Toronto. You look at that roster and you go, they may have to blow this thing up and start all over again. And then you got to wonder who's going to do it. Who's going to be the guys that, because you don't want the guys that messed it up try and rebuild it. Like, that's always the issue, right? But I don't see them getting out of here in this anyway easy. I think this is going to be a long-term rebuild in Toronto, which is crazy to think that 2 years ago they were considered Stanley Cup contenders. They're already planning the parade down Yonge Street, and now you're looking at going, oh my God, it's been so long since the Leafs won. Now we're gonna have to go start this whole process all over again. I'm sure it's unbelievable.
I'm sure most of Canada's okay with it. And I compare them to Vancouver too. 2 years ago, they almost eliminated the Oilers in the playoffs. Like
Vancouver. That was they shot themselves in the foot. They traded away all their good players, and then they went, "Oh, why aren't we good anymore?" Well, you traded away all your good guys: Bo Horvat, JT Miller, Quinn Hughes. Like, how many stars you have to trade away before you realize, oh man, these guys were pretty good players.
And an injured top goalie too that can't.
Yeah,
stay
your
healthy.
goalie can't stay healthy. That's a problem too. So yeah, the Canadians, and you look at Winnipeg too. What are they going to do now?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The Jets have been there for a long time. They built this thing. They were right there on the cusp, and then now it's kind of falling apart. So not good. Not good for some Canadian teams. The Canadians are doing well. The Ottawa Senators, I think, going in the right direction, and the Oilers are going in the right direction. So
for sure, DVD. Enjoy your weekend, my friend. Enjoy the game tonight and Sunday, and we'll chat soon.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Derek Van Diest from NHL.com. And just since it is a phone hearing for Radko Gudas, it's 5 or less games. Should probably get, who knows? I would assume it's more than 3. That was a dirty hit. Like always, hit us up on the River Korean box, 780-218-9999. Nasty Chat, slam that thumbs up for us as well if you can. And the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where it's 50% off the entire menu 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. On the other side of the break, it is Zack to the future. We'll see how young Zack does with some fun movie stuff and a song like always and a multiple choice question. That's all coming up here on EST Afternoons. Don't go anywhere. We're back with Zack to the future.
Two games in the NHL tonight. The Oilers look to bounce back from a 7-2 loss in Dallas when they play the Blues on the road. Join Tom Gazzola for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. He goes live from the Canadian Ice House alongside Ben Thompson to tee up the game. That goes live at 5 o'clock right here on EST. Meanwhile, the Oilers made a minor league trade with the Canucks, swapping forward Jaden Grube to Abbotsford in exchange for Josh Bloom. In other news, Radko Gudas, captain of the Ducks, will have a virtual hearing with the NHL's Department of Player Safety following last night's knee-on-knee collision with Leafs captain Austin Matthews. Set to undergo an MRI to confirm the severity of the injury, with Gudas facing a potential 5-game suspension, or maximum of 5 games. Live in Paralympic hockey action, Canada leading China 3-2. 5:20 left to go in the third period semifinal game in spring training. Jays in action, top of the ninth, 6-1 lead over Minnesota. And after that, Canada and Team USA matchup in the World Baseball Classic quarterfinal. First pitch just after 6 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc. They're the experts you need to know. Zack to the future when we come back from break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Shout out to KP on the brick. Trev had a moment.
It was so cool. And my Instagram story, I was like, "What's up, Shaq? I'm Trev." And he was like, "What's up, big dog?" I was like, "That's the coolest thing ever." So that's why I was like, "Big dog, yeah, I'm a big dog, yeah, sure." Yeah.
You got some bite.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Edmonton, be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. Hernan Salas, Zack with you as our boy Joaquin Gage is off. Hey, F1, remember you got to set your lineups before the sprint race tonight. George taking P1 in the sprint qualifying. Go with Georgie, man. Looks like he's got the best car. Max Verstappen looks very, very unhappy right now. Let's just leave it at that. He does not look happy with everything that's going. So, and some news for F1. Sounds like, Bahrain and the Saudi GPs will be canceled. There we go. F1 set to cancel April races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. So we kind of knew that was coming down the pipe. So, 2 less races in F1, but it's the easy call. It's the right call. So let's go. All right, let's get to Zack to the future. It's going to be fun. So your movie stuff is going to be what? Oh, I know.
Okay, sorry.
Is going to be Will Ferrell movies. I'll let you Google Will Ferrell movies, but you just have the movies up, and then you just have to guess when I play you a quote.
Oh, that's okay. I like Will Ferrell. I don't need any sidebar. I don't need any extra assistance. I'm pretty confident in this pop quiz.
Okay, shucks. And I made it easy because I didn't know if you were into Will Ferrell. I didn't know that. Okay, it is Friday the 13th, right? There's tons of movies. Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees. In what year was the first Friday the 13th movie released?
In what year?
1979, 1980, 1981.
Well, this is 80s and 90s trivia, is it not?
Well, it's all over the place.
1979 is not really 1980s.
You never know.
It's the 70s.
I don't think I've kept to that, so
well, that's okay. I'm just playing with you. I think, I'm going to go gut feeling 1981. Final answer. No! What was it?
1980, my friend.
1980.
1980. Panner's Pancakes had it correct.
Second album?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's go. If you're pay attention this week, Coop?
I don't pay attention a lot.
Oh, yeah, I know. But this song, at one day this week, was number 1 on the Billboard charts in the 90s. Here you go. Guess the song.
Salt and Pepper, I think is
Gager and I
band.
sang it yesterday.
And I sung along as well. I don't remember the song title, though. I think it's Salt and Pepper. Either it's sign or saw a sign. I'm going to go with Salt and Pepper, saw a sign. Final answer?
Wrong on both.
What? Seriously?
Yes.
Ah.
The group is Ace of Base.
Oh.
And the song is The Sign.
The Sign. Okay.
Joaquin and I sang this yesterday.
Nah, I don't remember name. I remember the song. I don't remember the names.
Oh,
darn.
You jabroni.
Ace of Base, The Sign.
The Sign, my friend.
Well, that's a sign I need to pay attention more. Because
Okay.
I heard that yesterday. I got a memory of a
Okay,
goldfish.
we're going to go with Will Ferrell quotes. Okay.
Okay.
You say you're really good at this. You're probably going to get them all. But let's have some fun. Here is your first Will Ferrell. And let the quote finish before you answer, okay? Is that cool?
Sure.
Hold on here. I gotta put in the here's your first Will Ferrell quote.
Get it? There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, "Hey, Gator, don't play no."
Could you play that one more time, please?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Get it? There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, "Hey, Gator, don't play no."
Is that from the Anchorman scene where they're all fighting in the parking lot?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go Anchorman. Final answer. Which one?
I'll tell you after. All of them.
Okay. What?
Yeah. You're 0 for 3 right now, Coop.
It's gonna be Anchorman 2.
Here
or
is
something.
your next Will Ferrell quote.
Thought he said,
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Again?
now I'm lost.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
That sounds like Anchorman. So I'm gonna go with Anchorman again. Final answer.
Hey, finally.
Now I'm curious what that first one. I know I'll figure it out. Maybe Talladega Nights or something.
Man. Okay, here's your third clip.
Dude died in a hang gliding accident. What an idiot. Oh, I'm hang gliding, honey. Take a good picture. I'm dead. Dude died in a hang gliding accident. What an idiot. Oh, I'm hang gliding, honey. Take a good picture. I'm dead.
Now these are solely movies, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's aren't any TV appearances. Gosh, I'm trying to remember all the movies that I've seen with Will Ferrell, or all the titles. Oh boy, that doesn't sound like Step Brothers. You know what? I'm gonna use the wild card on this one, and I'm gonna choose to go and look in the nasty chat.
Okay.
For this one, Wedding Crashers. Final answer. VR Montenegro coming in with that one first.
Hey, VR chimes in and gets
VR. There we go.
Ma, the meatloaf.
I haven't seen Wedding Crashers actually.
What? Get out.
That's one.
Get out.
Actually, maybe I have.
Hey,
because he's in the same few movies with the same actor along as a support role, right?
Here's your fourth movie.
You don't think? I don't think you should be butting in when I'm talking to my team. You're my assistant, okay? You're supposed to back me up and go get me juice boxes when I tell you. Now go get me a juice box.
Oh, this is
what do you got, juice box?
Semi-pro. This is where he's a basketball player and he's got the fro, and he's probably courtside asking for a juice box. I'm gonna go say it's semi-pro. Final answer. No. What is it?
I'll tell you after.
Oh, I want to know so bad because I'm so close.
And your last one. Here it is.
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy.
You're my boy, Blue. Yeah, okay. That's the one that I don't know.
Are you?
I didn't know any of the other ones.
Are you serious?
He sounds really young.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
Oh, Coob, I'm so disappointed right now.
I'm just gonna say Talladega Nights. Final answer.
Oh,
it's not it. That was embarrassing.
Coob, I thought you were a Will Ferrell guy.
I'm a Will Ferrell fan. I'm not a super fan.
You're my boy, Blue. Oh,
I don't remember ever hearing that quote.
Dusty just said, Zach, if you don't get this, you are fired.
I guess I'm fired. Oh, I've never seen that movie.
Oh,
in the Nasty Chat, everybody knows it. I've never seen that film.
Okay, here were your movies, Coop. The first one was The Other Guys.
I haven't watched that one.
Anchorman, which you got right.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers was VR helped you.
Yes.
Fourth one was Kicking and Screaming.
Never heard of it.
When he's the soccer coach of his kids' team.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. And then the fifth one was Old School.
Yeah, okay. I've only seen one, maybe two of those 5 movies. I like Will Ferrell. There's a lot of his movies I haven't seen, though.
Tana says, hired on air, fired on air.
Yeah, that would be quite the career path. Yeah, so
well, did
Zach,
you
we're
pass?
just ranking your... No.
Hold on. You got one. You got... Oh, my God. You failed for the second time.
I'm a failure. I apologize.
It's okay. You can't win them all, right? Just like the Oilers.
Yeah, Hernan, I was due.
You were due for a loss, buddy.
One. Yeah.
I thought when you said, oh, Will Ferrell, I was like, okay, I made these too easy.
Yeah. Oh, these are easy. Yeah, no. I thought there was going to be maybe a Step Brothers one. I thought...
I almost put Step Brothers in.
Anchorman's an easy one. For some reason, I forget he's in that one. But
well, because with Anchorman, I didn't go to the obvious, obviously. Like the top quote that would, if you Google it, but they're still all pretty famous quotes.
Yeah. The top quote is, No, I can't say it, I guess. It's about the dog and they get beat up by a bunch of kids.
Big Uke says, you know it's bad when...
belly full of white dog crap.
You know it's bad when 2 people are on vacation chime in to chirp you, Coop.
Hey, at least they're watching.
Oh, that's okay, buddy. Yep. That's okay, buddy. You can't win them all.
A learning lesson.
A learning lesson for young Coop. More Will Ferrell movies.
Now my day's ruined.
More Will Ferrell movies. Like always, we're coming to you live from the William Huff Studio. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. Hour 2, my boy, Evan Dom, co-host with me for the next hour. Let the jokes come in. Did he force me to do this? Ha, 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 ha. And Ian Harrison at 2:20 to talk some Blue Jays and World Baseball Classic. Of course, Canada takes on the USA. And we'll have the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay also on the way. Don't go anywhere. Keep slamming that thumbs up for us. We're back with Hour 2 of EST Afternoons.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Luke Gasnick on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline.
Murphy's been outstanding. Great stick, plays physical. Dickinson's going to be the interesting one for me because if Dickinson can be as good as he can be 5-on-5, it just gives Connor and Leon the extra edge to go play against depth guys. Sucks to hear Doc is hurt because I was loving watching him. The guy is an absolute freight train.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Multi-platinum country superstars High Valley return to the River Cree Resort and Casino March 21st. Don't miss High Valley's signature fusion of contemporary country and traditional bluegrass. Get tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like face-off fried pickles and steins of Bud Light. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Only a pair of games in the NHL tonight. The Oilers wrap up their 4-game road trip down in St. Louis, looking to bounce back from a 7-2 loss. Join Tom Gazzola for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. He goes live from the Canadian Ice House alongside Ben Thompson to set the table for that one. They go live 5 o'clock right here on EST. One other game in the NHL, of course, LA on Long Island facing the Islanders at 5 o'clock. Kings 5 points back the Oilers for third in the Pacific, 2 games in hand. Meanwhile, the Oilers made a minor league deal with the Canucks, swapping forward Jaden Grube to Abbotsford in exchange for Josh Bloom. In other news, Radko Gudas of the Ducks will have a virtual hearing with the NHL's Department of Player Safety following last night's knee-on-knee collision with Leafs captain Austin Matthews. Matthews set to undergo an MRI to confirm the severity of the injury. And in Paralympic hockey action, Canada defeated China 4-2 in semifinal play in spring training. The Jays toppling the Twins. And later on, Canada and Team USA will match up in the World Baseball Classic quarterfinals. First pitch just after 6 o'clock. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of EST Afternoon starts right now.
I'm your huckleberry. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
We're back for hour 2 here on EST Afternoons, live from the William Huff Studios. Hernan Salas, Zack Kubish, and to my right, my good buddy, Evan Dom from Sport Edmonton. How you doing, man?
Good to see you, man.
Good
Thanks
to see
for having
you.
me in.
Yeah, no, of course.
You must be really desperate to have me on the show.
Well, I don't know if you know this.
I don't know much, so hit me.
The Dusty now, because that one day we didn't show up at BP's. So
Yes,
now it's a
I've heard
joke
about
on the
this a
morning
few
show
times.
that you run my life.
Well, there's very few lives I run, including my own, so I do not.
Yeah, so the jokes are flying in right now.
Yeah, well, there's lots of jokes from lots of people around here,
Yes.
so we know where to find them.
We know where to find Dusty, who got to see LeBron play yesterday, the third best player.
Oh, is he down there with Marshall?
Solo. Yeah, so he went to the Tuesday game, but LeBron was out because he's soft.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then yesterday he played, so.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm
So
happy.
good
I'm
for
happy
Dusty.
for you, Dusty.
You get to see
That's pretty cool.
your heroes. Good
Yeah.
for him.
Well, I'm seeing some of my heroes here today. I don't even have to go to LA for that.
Oh,
so.
Matthew Wannick. And
I saw Wannick, yeah. Milne.
This is ESC Afternoons, of course, hour 2. Joaquin Gage took the Friday off. And we brought in Evan Dom, who's probably going to be joining me on more Fridays here to co-host as well. Of course, formerly of the Edmonton Elks, now with Sport Edmonton. I know you guys have an exciting new partnership. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Yeah, we announced yesterday that we've got a partnership with the Edmonton Federation of Community Leagues. So we're really excited about that. And sort of in its simplest form, what it's going to be is we're trying to work on opportunities for kids to play where they live. So more opportunities in community leagues close to home. So everybody has the opportunity to be part of what sport brings to the world, which is lots of good vibes, good lessons.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I know you and EJ, our other buddy Evan Jones, He's probably off by now.
I left the office at 12:30. He probably left at 12:33 after he knew I was down the elevator.
Yeah. He's probably laying on his couch with a bowl of chips on his chest, watching us.
Probably Cheetos. He's got the Cheeto dust going.
Yeah, he sure does. So that's exciting. Of course, you guys are running the show now. Is business going to pick up here heading into the spring and the summer?
Business is always good over there, Hernan.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but business is great. I mean, it's there'll be more sort of public stuff for sure.
Yeah,
we've been in the role now for a little bit. I've been there since October, and when did EJ get over there? I don't know, November. It seems like he's been there for like 10 years. But, it'll be more in terms of concrete things as we move forward here, so people will see us out and about, and we've got some fun stuff cooking with a couple of different sport organizations to try and bring some things to the world.
Awesome. And I know you probably will be joining the Reed Wilkins next week at some point.
That's the rumor. Reed wants to have me on, or I asked to be on. But we'll pop by and say hi to Reed and Jay and, do the rounds here. It's like, you try and work your way through the batting order over here. The morning show says no, so then you just go to the next show and they say no, and then you finally say yes. And
the morning show is only elites, right? So
yes.
And I know you're elite. You're elite to me.
I'm more of a grassroots guy, and that's like NHL levels. So
yeah. It's Evan Dahm from Sport Edmonton here joining us on EST Afternoons for the full hour. Of course, Ian Harrison still to come as well from the Associated Press, as we're going to talk some World Baseball Classic as Canada takes on the U.S. Some Toronto Blue Jays, of course. And then we'll have the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. Evan Dahm will be making a selection as well. So it's 3 picks. So start thinking of that right now. I mean, I know you're a hockey guy, but you're not like you're not fully invested into the home team here. Like, you watch it, but it's not like you don't live and die like a lot.
No, I don't live and die by it, but I want the Oilers to do well. I think it's way more fun to be in the city when the Oilers are winning hockey games.
100%, yeah.
Like, it makes a big difference when they're competitive and when they're really good. So it's more fun, no question about it. But do I live and die by absolutely every result? No, I don't.
You don't worry about the fourth line?
I don't worry so much about the fourth line as much as other people, for sure. I think it might be it's too stressful to care to that level. Like, I probably care to that level closest to the Jays in terms of my teams that I follow on a regular basis and get pretty disgruntled when they're not playing well.
Okay.
But yeah, it's stressful to care that much, Hernan.
Did you grow up did you grow up an Oilers fan or another team fan?
Well, when I was a kid, I was a huge Anaheim Mighty Ducks fan because I love Paul Kariya. I adored Paul Kariya.
Oh, okay.
I've got a 2002 Olympic Paul Kariya jersey that I've dusted off a few times and wore it a few times during the Olympics this year. So that was my team growing up. So when Scott Stevens destroyed him across the blue line, I was probably one of the most shattered people in Edmonton when that play occurred.
Favorite player then, Paul Kariya, growing up?
Growing up, for sure. Yeah, without a doubt. I don't even know why I got onto him being sort of my number one guy, but my earliest memories are of him being my top player. And then I can't remember how, but my dad somehow had a connection with the Ducks at one point. And I remember us going to the Hotel McDonald, and there was an envelope waiting for us at the check-in desk, and it was an autographed 8x10 of Paul Kariya. So that's like one of those prized possession type things.
Is it framed at your place?
I have it. Yeah, I don't have it on display. I don't have a lot of my sports stuff on display. It tends to go away once you bring women into your life who don't like that stuff out in the world. So one day when I have a better garage or a really nice shed, I'll make it into a man cave, but I don't know if it'll ever be in the house proper.
In the house proper, yeah, I know.
I should take it to the Sport Edmonton office and put it up.
You should, yeah.
Because now I have a safe space for that.
You do. And then EJ can bring his flame stuff?
Oh, no. EJ can leave his flame stuff in a storage unit somewhere in Northwest Calgary or wherever the heck it is right now. So we don't need that.
So Oilers play 82 games in a regular season. How much would you say you watch?
Well, I watch a lot less of everything now that I have kids, but my son likes to watch.
Okay.
So we'll watch.
He loves the Oilers.
Yeah, he likes the Oilers a lot for sure. He's a big McDavid fan, as are so many young kids out there, and for good reason. So how many games do I watch? Portions of, I don't know, half the entire game. If they play a late game on Saturday, like I can watch the late games because the kids are in bed, but it's tough. I did get to watch some of last night's game.
Well, that's the wrong game to watch, my friend. It was not pretty.
By the time everybody was retired for the evening that was under the age of 10, I got to watch the tail end of the second and then the third period, and it wasn't particularly great.
Did you see, I don't know if you saw this with the San Jose Sharks, Willie Eklund's goal?
No.
Oh, it's probably the goal of the year.
I'll pull it up. I should pull it up right now. I have Wi-Fi here now, by the way.
Maddie gave you
You guys are pretty sophisticated. You have all sorts of technology in the room that allows you to go out into the universe.
Matthew Wanek, man. He is the brains behind this operation.
Well, somebody has to be, so that's good.
He is the brains behind this operation. Don't forget the Oil Stream pre- and post-game shows today with Tom Zola. He's live at the Ice House for the heavy hockey showdown. Coop, you put yourself on camera and show your jersey there, buddy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm wearing one of the older jerseys for those watching on YouTube. It's blue and orange and white, sort of like the Oilers are here, but this is our third time Edmonton Sports Talk. And for me, first time I played, I was on placement. Then I got hired and I still kept playing in it. So it's going to be an exciting event tomorrow. But tonight, silent auction down at the Ice House. Tommy will be, of course, on location for both pre- and post-game coverage. And lots of fun, lots of great people down there. It should be a ride.
Are you on the kid line with Benny and YouTube Trev?
Well, we have to see what Coach does.
Who's your coach?
Well, I know Maddie's assistant.
Oh, okay.
Coach. I'll have to see who the head coach is. I don't recall at this moment, but I'll check in with Maddie. Lines aren't set. I did ask him yesterday about the rosters. I'm like, hey, okay, I need to prep myself for this. I need to know when to have my pregame meal and what I'm gonna have, and if I'm gonna bring Gatorade in the middle of the game. Who knows? But I'm prepared to play on the kid line, and I'm sure it'll be a blast regardless.
Nice. Good times.
What's your pregame meal, Hernan?
A pregame meal for me. You know what? I don't even know. I like when I play soccer, it's anything really. Just as long as it's like 3 hours before.
You gotta treat your body like a temple man. You can't just eat anything. You can't be go crush a quarter pounder before the game. You can't say anything. You know that's not true.
A quarter pounder's actually, that's your favorite McDonald's burger, eh?
Yeah. For sure. I haven't had one in a long time, but now that I said it out loud, I maybe should get a little cookie on the way home.
Yeah, you should get a little cookie. So people get really annoyed with me because I don't know if you know, but I run.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Yeah. You run too.
I run, but I don't tell people. I like to just do it.
Listen, I like to converse about running. It's not bragging or anything. It's not like I'm a fast runner. Like, we did the half marathon last year. I did it in over 2 hours. You did it in an hour and a half. Like that's like pro stuff, man. Like, you were super duper fast.
I wasn't super duper fast, but I was I was faster than Reed Wilkins told us this before the race, that it would be the best time we would have all year in terms of our actual pace, and it wasn't even close. Like it definitely gives you a little extra juice. It's fun. Are you running outside though now? Like, it's icy in spots. It's a little
No, I'm still running indoors.
Yeah.
I have a bit of an injury, so like I haven't been able to run lots, so I'm trying to get hopefully it just I've been icing it and doing stretches and stuff, but I can't wait to run outside, though, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
Running
it's going to be nice.
Running in a circle is just terrible.
Yeah, it gets old. It's tough to go any kind of distance when you're running in a circle because you're looking at the same stuff over and over and over again. So I'm looking forward just generally to it being nice out and being able to go for a run, go to the driving range.
Well, last year we got a plus 30 day, which was fantastic, but it was in the morning. And Reed Wilkins, you know what's interesting about our buddy Reed? He says because Reed's ran more marathons than you and I combined. He doesn't listen to music.
I know, he's a psychopath. How would you do that?
Like, how do you raw dog a marathon?
That is.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
That's an interesting move from Reed. And Reed's an eclectic guy, so, it doesn't surprise me. You know what? It actually doesn't surprise me at all now that I think about the guy.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it, man.
I would have a really hard time.
Yeah.
You could do that for I could do it for half an hour, and then you're just going and going and going, and all you hear is, what would your mind go?
I think like Reed, what he said, he goes, he likes hearing like his breathing and kind of the atmosphere of the whole event and stuff like that.
He likes hearing his breathing.
Yeah, like just kind of like control.
He's like one with his body.
I couldn't do it. I think Jay Milne wore headphones too. Because he ran in the half marathon, but yeah, it's something for all you runners out there, and a lot of our nasties. Can you run without music? Or I know some people listen to podcasts and stuff. Just yeah.
Unless it's EST, I'm not going to listen to the spoken word.
I don't even run or anything. When I'm on the treadmill for even like 10 or 15 minutes warming up or any sort of gym activity, there's no way I can go without music.
The treadmill's the worst because you're just in that same spot, right?
Oh.
Like you need something.
Yeah, if you are on a treadmill and you don't have... Reed texted, he said he's not a psychopath. He just has focused alertness. Which might be some sort of like a disorder. That might be some medical term, focused alertness.
So
if you can run on a treadmill with no
like
audio,
nothing,
no sound, I honestly think that somebody should escort you outside of that rec center.
100%. You know what? The other thing I have to do on a treadmill, I have to cover the clock.
Because you don't want to know how far you've gone?
No,
or
I don't.
how
The
long you've
time.
left?
Yeah, I just want to run.
Until you pass out and you shoot out the other end
and then
of
I
the
look
treadmill?
and I'm like, oh, I'm 40 minutes in. Awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of that because you're constantly looking. You're wishing the seconds went a little bit faster. I saw this Eklund goal, by the way. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Goal of the
pretty
year.
athletic goal.
Same with Duchesne last night. It was just out of this world. Okay, so this one comes in and says, yes, I rarely listen to music when running, but mostly because I run with friends. Can you run with other people?
Well, you probably know the answer to this.
No,
I hate running with other people.
Because you're too fast, man.
It's not because it's just like sometimes you'll go, to Kinsman or whatever, and you'll go for a run, and there's just, people who just run around nonstop talking the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm here not to talk.
That's a good point.
I'm here to just be focused alertness and, but with music. So I'm not a big run chat. We can sit down after and talk about the world and all the problems and whatever else and how your week was. But it's kind of like a sanctuary when you go work out or run for me and you're just by yourself doing your thing.
Yeah, because I run with Beej, who's the assistant equipment guy at the Elks. But we run once a week together. Like we start off talking first 5 minutes, but then we're in the zone, right? And then when we stop, let's say we're stopping for traffic or anything, then we'll say a few words.
You just grunt at each other and keep going.
But we both kind of know that we're just running.
Yeah.
And then we chat after for like 15, 20 minutes.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So, that's good. I like that.
Have you been enjoying the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, it's been great. I think this event has elevated itself because it started out like, what was the first year of this thing? Anyways, thinking back to it and it's like, what is this exactly? And how competitive is it going to be? And are the guys going to really care? I mean, the quality of the rosters have gone up significantly each time they've staged this thing. And you know what? Like in terms of a sport that lends itself well to best on best without significant potential for injury, it's baseball.
Yeah.
Right? So like there's no reason why you can't have the best guys competing at this stage of the season.
Yeah.
It's perfect. They should be fresh. So the short answer is yes. And I am intrigued by the matchup this evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I can't wait. Have the Oiler game on, have that game on. Because we had a guy from the Athletic, Levi Weaver, yesterday. He was great, and he said everybody's having fun except for the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the serious team. They're like and then they lose to Italy. So
that was quite the upset for the Italians. You can't be too serious. There's a line, right?
Yeah.
You got to be able to enjoy the moment.
Of course. If I were to ask you, the Dominican Republic, Japan, USA, who do you think's the favorite?
I would say that the Americans have the best team and the Japanese would be second.
Really? Yeah. The Dominicans have a lot of fun, though.
They do have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
They're the most fun team there.
They're the most fun team there. Collingwood Rob says the first rule of being a psycho is to say you're not a psycho.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
This one says working out, biking or running, I prefer the silence. And then this one, haha, Big Dave. Did Hernan ask Dom to be, or did Dom tell Hernan he was coming on?
Well, you said to me, I don't know how long ago it was. You said, "Yeah, no, we've got some guys that are going to be away at the end of February and maybe in March. We're going to be on the show." And then nothing ever happened until I sent you a text basically and said, "So,
well, we'll talk about
one of those vacancies."
You've been in the media world here in Edmonton for a long time. you also got to work with a guy who's a star in the NHL right now. We'll get to all that, though, because you've met a lot of people. You know a lot
I was
of people.
about to say, you're not talking about EJ, but you're talking
Not
about
EJ. No. You went to college with Dusty, or you met, or?
Well, we called Bears games together at U of A for a number of years.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was the play-by-play maestro, and I threw in some color every once in a while.
Nice. And Dusty's the best. Of course, he's the big boss here. And the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where the prime rib special is just $21.99, 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. All right, on the other side of the break, Ian Harrison from the Associated Press is going to join us to talk World Baseball Classic and some Toronto Blue Jays. It's Evan Dom, it's Hernan Salas, it's Zack Kubish. Hey, slam that thumbs up. Let's get to 100 from my boy, Dahmer here. All right, let's go. It's Friday. The Oilers are going to get back in the win column. I won't guarantee it this time because I got yelled at already by some Nazis for guaranteeing yesterday a win. But I'm pretty confident the Oilers will be bounce back tonight. Slam that thumbs up for us. Nasty Chat, River Korean Box. Here's Coop.
Games in the NHL tonight. The Oilers look to bounce back from a 7-2 loss when they play the Blues on the road. Swing by the Canadian Ice House to join Tom Gazzola for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Ben Thompson along for the ride to preview the game. They hit the airwaves at 5 o'clock right here on EST. And the Oilers made a minor league deal with the Canucks, swapping forward Jaden Grube to Abbotsford in exchange for Josh Bloom. The other game on tap, LA faces Long Island out east with puck drop at 5. The Kings 5 points back of the Oilers for third in the Pacific, having 2 games in hand. In other news, Radko Gudas of the Ducks will have a virtual hearing with the NHL following last night's knee-on-knee collision with Leafs captain Austin Matthews. Matthews set to undergo an MRI to confirm the severity of the injury. Elsewhere, Canada and Team USA match up in the World Baseball Classic quarterfinals. First pitch just after 6 to the hardwood. It's the Raptors and Suns at 5:30, having a total of 7 games in the NBA tonight. Ian Harrison to talk some baseball next here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Spring. Ready to start your spring organizing? Create space in your garage, closets, and basement with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Multi-platinum country superstars High Valley return to the River Cree Resort and Casino March 21st. Don't miss High Valley's signature fusion of contemporary country and traditional bluegrass. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Edmonton. Be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey, we're back here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk. It's Evan Dahl, Hernan Salas, Zack Kubish with you. A reminder, The Reed Wilkins Show is coming up from 3 to 5 with Jay Milne and Matthew Wanick, and then live from the Ice House downtown, Tom Gazzola has the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show as the Edmonton Oilers get set to take on Dylan Holloway, Philip Broberg, and the St. Louis Blues, who are red hot right now, 5-0-1 in their last 6 games. Of course, the Oilers coming off a 7-2 thrashing to the Dallas Stars. Like always, I'm going to check the thumbs up here, Dom, because
where are we at?
We are at 45. Very low. Very disappointing. Do it for Dom.
Yeah, do it for me. If nobody else, certainly don't do it for Hernan. You guys do enough for him.
I swear he'll let me out next time.
Yeah, exactly. If you play your cards right, but don't get too greedy.
Yeah. It's not only him, it's the other Evan too. So
there's a whole bunch of problems in Hernan's world, and we're the 2 biggest.
All right, we're good to go with Ian Harrison from the Associated Press as he joins us on the Old Country Towing Hotline. Ian, how you doing today?
Doing very well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
We're doing excellent. You're on with Evan Dom and Hernan Salas here, Ian. Let's start with the World Baseball Classic. I mean, it's been a fun tournament so far. A lot of excitement. Canada goes through to the quarterfinals. They'll take on the Americans tonight. What have you made of the World Baseball Classic so far, Ian?
Well, I love this tournament. So this has been great for me to have, like many baseball fans, to have meaningful baseball in March is a great thing. There are certainly some peculiarities with the format and also with the sort of eligibility rules. I think we should all be toying with the idea of what happens here if Team Italy goes on to win this tournament, because that's not impossible. And what that says when they have 3 guys on the roster born in Italy. But nevertheless, it's been great to see Canada advance out of pool play for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I was concerned after that Puerto Rico game that they would have won the wrong game, as they have done so in the past. But a really, really poised performance in that winner-take-all game against Cuba. You saw the Cubans kind of wilting under the pressure, and Canada really just capitalizing on every opportunity. And great to see. It's great to see the team capturing some attention, sort of beyond maybe the traditional baseball fan base. I see they're all decked out today in Hockey Canada jerseys.
Nice.
I got a greeting from a video greeting from Hockey Canada and some NHLers today. And yeah, certainly, Canada versus the U.S. in anything is always a little bit spicy, and never more so than in these charged times. And so to have yet another opportunity to go up against our local rivals here, and maybe, just maybe, in a one-game scenario, maybe get the best of the guys who think that this is their national pastime. So lots to like about a Friday the 13th baseball game.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. It should be fun tonight. Pitching matchup for this one. Soroka for Canada and Webb for the States. What do we make of that one on paper?
Yeah, I mean, you can make the case that it favors Canada. Soroka obviously has had this litany of injury problems that derailed what looked like being a surefire all-star career, 5-ish years ago. But he's been a consistent big league performer. He's I heard a stat earlier. I think he had 8 or more starts last year where he allowed 2 or fewer runs. So, he knows how to get big leaguers out. Now, granted, that U.S. lineup is about as stacked as they come. But, in baseball, how generally the balance of power kind of lies with the guy throwing the ball rather than the guy trying to hit it. If you can throw it a little bit better, you're going to get them out more often than not. It's not if you can stop them from putting it in the seats. And that's a tall task against a lineup with Schwarber and Judge and many other mashers, Kyle Riley to name a few. But if you can control the damage, then you can be effective. And I think ultimately this game is very likely to be won and lost in the bullpens more so than in the starting pitching. Let's hope it goes that way, because it would be certainly a shame, at least from Canada's perspective, if Soroka falters and kind of puts them in a deep hole early. But it's going to be those, back of the bullpen guys. And certainly there, I think Canada very much has a bit of an element of surprise on their side. So we shall see how that goes, but look for that to be the kind of make or break, and particularly given the sort of pitch count scenario that we're operating under here still, even in the second round of this tournament.
Ian Harrison from the Associated Press joining us here on EST Afternoons. Let's switch over to the Toronto Blue Jays, not too far away from the start of the regular season. Ian, lots of expectations for the Jays team this year compared to the start of last year. I mean, it's pretty high after the run they went. They were so close. But what do you make of the expectations for this team heading into the season?
Yeah, it's certainly a lot. It will be very difficult to live up to 2025 in every way. You know, I mean, not just the playoff or the postseason appearance, but its nature, you know, down to an extra inning defeat in the 7th game of the World Series. That doesn't happen to every team every year, obviously. There was a lot going on there in terms of ending a long drought between just winning a postseason game and then winning a series. So, you know, from where I sit, the unpredictability of the baseball playoffs is as crazy as it ever has been. And, you know, beyond getting there, you really can't predict anything at that point. It seems increasingly these days, you know, the Dodgers do feel a bit inevitable, but we shall see. So, you know, rather than kind of putting the burden of another World Series on this Blue Jays team this season, I think the sort of baseline expectation is they are a postseason contender and one of, let's say, the 4 best teams in the American leagues. You know, are they going to, will their October reflect that? And we obviously all hope it will for various reasons. But yeah, you know, it's just, October has become such a sort of, you know, so tough to forecast when you're shortening up series and sort of, you know, changing the game, you know, much more like we see in this sort of World Baseball Classic scenario where you have the sort of winner take all scenarios. The playoffs are just a different animal, and once you get there, it's wild. So yeah, let's hope they're there. They're competing, and let's hope that they can have another division title in their grasp to sort of avoid the complete wackiness of that wild card round. But it will be a tall ask in this increasingly tough American League East. Expect Baltimore to be back better than they were. The Red Sox will be better. The Yankees, if they can stay healthy, will be good again. So it is no easy feat just to duplicate.
AL East is going to be insane this year. And I'll go back to a pitching question for you, Ian. Jose Barrios, some elbow issues there. Where does that leave the Jays rotation here a couple of weeks out from the home opener?
So they are as blessed in the rotation as they may have ever been at any point in club history, certainly. Barrios' situation is very opaque at this point. You know, he's sort of talked a lot this spring, as you probably know, about what he was going through last season, but had really sort of focused himself on being available to pitch for Puerto Rico at the WBC, thought he was going to join them in time for the second round. And then an insurance issue laid waste to that plan and sent him back now to Dr. Keith Meister in Texas, orthopedic surgeon, to have another look at some new inflammation, which is never a good sign. Now, this is not coming after Barrios reporting soreness, and, you know, pretty much every pitcher in the big leagues is pitching with some degree of sort of, you know, chronic injury in their arm. So let's hope that this is just sort of minor stuff that Barrios can pitch through. But, you know, as I say, that the Blue Jays here are still broadly dealing from a position of great strength, having added Dylan Cease and Cody Ponce, and holding on to Shane Bieber, who obviously, you know, we won't see right out of the gate, but is still waiting in the wings. Max Scherzer looks like he could be ready to go sooner rather than later. Trey Savage will obviously be sort of treated very much with kid gloves out of the chute here, but it certainly seems as if there's a scenario where he kind of is working in tandem with Eric Lauer to get the Blue Jays deeper into games where Savage starts. So, you know, the sort of short-term scenario is that even if Barrios is out of action for a while, the Jays aren't really up against it yet. But in spite of this sort of very pitching heavy approach they've taken with this team, there are still enough kind of question marks with guys in the rotation. We still haven't seen Ponce in, a real big league setting. Talked about Savage and what he's been through. Scherzer's obviously not any younger. You wonder how to use him optimally. So, there are questions to be answered here, but the Blue Jays, as I say, they have this is a fortunate position to be working with. They can, for the time being, they are healthy enough that they can probably find some pretty good answers.
Ian, one last one for you. Trey Savage, I mean, just an unreal run last year. Just a darling for the Toronto Blue Jays. You brought him up a bit here, talking about the rotation and how they might use him. What are expectations for Trey Savage?
Yeah, it could be anywhere from mediocre to AL Rookie of the Year. And, he's just had one, I think, a simulated game down in Dunedin so far this spring, so not a lot to go on. It will be certainly interesting with him, given the sort of novelty aspect that he brought to his success in October, and that, the uniqueness of his very high arm angle. Will batters the second or third time around be a little better at laying off some of his stuff that they know they can't handle? Or will they continue to struggle to identify it? Will he be able to adapt? Obviously, I certainly think that the team, given the sort of meteoric rise he made from low A up to the big leagues and pushing beyond career highs in innings pitched, there will be a lot of attention paid to protecting him, and that may kind of, at least in the early going, may have an impact on on his performance a little bit, on sort of the scope of his counting stats, if you will. But yeah, it certainly will be a fascinating watch. He was so electric last year, obviously, just so meaningful, just the shot in the arm that team needed at that time. And as I say, He's had made more postseason starts than regular season starts in his career, which is a ridiculous thing. And his time on the roster in the regular season was so brief that he literally is still eligible for the AL Rookie of the Year award this year. He's it's about as exciting as they get in terms of Blue Jays young pitchers, because so many of the other guys have been hurt and are still nursing their way back to health, whether it's Tiedemann or Barriere or a number of other guys. And so you can understand why the Blue Jays are being cautious here and working to protect this asset, but hopes are certainly high.
Yeah, no, for sure, Ian. Hey, great stuff. Thank you for taking some time this afternoon to join us. Enjoy the game tonight and the start of the MLB season.
Thanks, gents. Nice to talk to you.
All right, Ian Harrison, Associated Press. Evan, I got to say, it was funny because this Blue Jays team, last year, I remember opening day and Dusty, and we're all making the joke, and the Blue Jays have been eliminated from... They go on this unreal run.
That's typical media. Always so down on something before it's even happened.
And then they go on this amazing run, and they should have won the damn World Series. Well, should have.
There's no question they should have won that Game 7, but it is what it is. But there's no, when they started the season last year too, as a diehard Jays fan, I'm like, this is going to be a long
season.
This is going to be tough. The AL East is always good. They're going to get spanked by the Yankees all year. And they surprised everybody, and give them full credit, because I don't think there was anybody across the majors who looked at that roster on opening day, given the season they had in 2024, and said, yeah, they're going to be a real good team.
Yeah.
And they were a real good team. And they were that way because they got the performances you would expect from the guys that you would expect them from, and then a whole bunch of unheralded guys put together seasons. And the fun thing about that team last year, the most fun part about it, was how relentless they were. It was just like wave after wave after wave of guys at the plate. And they played good defense too. So it was a fun recipe, and I would be lying if I didn't say I have very high expectations for the team this year.
I know and it's listen, because it was such a high. Listen, they lost in Game 7. They should have won that damn game. Just so damn close. But I think this year the pressure's so much that they might start off a little bit. It might take them a bit to get going here. Vladdy's playing with the Dominican. They got Ernie Clements with the Americans. But like you said, they had the Trey Savage, unreal. Ernie Clement in the playoffs, unreal. Like so many players just came not out of nowhere, but they, like you said, they just took the moment and they ran with it. And they I mean, not just Canada, but there's a lot of Americans cheering for the Blue Jays because everybody hates the Dodgers.
Well, everybody hates the Dodgers, and because the Dodgers, the perception is that they wear it to a championship, which, that's a big part of it because they spend the most money and they build the best roster. But the thing that, that Toronto did, and I think it's why people just were gravitating to them, they were a likable group too, right? Like just you could see the joy in the way they played. And a lot of that comes from Vladdy. Vladdy's a big kid.
Yeah, he is.
Vladdy to the Blue Jays is what Dusty is to EST.
That's a good way of putting it.
They're
just
big,
don't bring a home run jacket into EST.
That's right. No, we don't need that. They're big, lovable characters who bring everybody with them on a positive ride. So it's we're actually headed to Toronto for the home opener for a little family vacation. So
nice.
Son and I are pretty excited to see home opener March 27th and see the American League East and the American League Championship banners go up. And 50th season too, Hernan.
Yeah, it's going to be
spicy.
Can't wait. Joaquin and I are all in on the Blue Jays. Like, I grew up a Blue Jays fan, but when I was coming up, it was the Carlos Delgado team, and they were never good.
Yeah, no, same era for me, right? Like, you look back in some of the years, the only time you were excited to watch the Jays play was every fifth day when Roy Halladay pitched. And I was just like, oh my gosh, we gotta wait for 4 more days until these guys have a chance to win.
And at the time, before that, they had Roger Clemens.
They had Clemens,
and you go into that, but like Jose Cruz, Sean Green, Shannon Stewart.
You know who I had like a soft spot for, who's not that great player? Frank Catalanato.
I love Canadian, right?
No,
he's not Canadian.
He would probably he's American. He probably would be playing on Team Italy if he had the World Baseball Classic was around, because he had his great grandfather was from Naples or something.
But they had they were like, listen, they were never close. They weren't, but I like, for me, Carlos Delgado is my favorite J of all time.
He's right up there. He's pretty good. I mean, he would mash. You go to the Mets right after. Is that where he went? Yeah. And then it was kind of like, now we got to wait for somebody else good to be around here for a little bit.
Yeah. So Blue Jays just a few weeks away from getting started. Canada, U.S. tonight. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Skip the coach and hit up the CBH. Your home for every puck drop, every goal, and every cheer, with ice cold drinks, massive screens, and the best fans in town this hockey season. Our house is your arena. Up next, screw it, let's do a parlay. We'll continue to talk with Dom. We'll talk some more baseball, and we'll tee up, of course, Oilers and Blues. That goes tonight at 6 o'clock. Tom Gazzola, live from the Ice House at 5 o'clock with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Final segment coming up. Here's Scoop Sports Update.
Just 2 games in the NHL tonight. The Oilers looking to bounce back from a 7-2 loss in Dallas when they play the Blues down in St. Louis tonight. Swing by the Canadian Ice House to join Tom Gazzola for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Ben Thompson joins him to tee up the game. They hit the airwaves at 5 right here on EST. Meanwhile, the Oilers have made a minor league deal with the Canucks, swapping forward Jaden Grube to Abbotsford in exchange for forward Josh Bloom. And the other game tonight sees LA face Long Island. Out east, puck drop at 5 o'clock. Kings 5 points back to the Oilers for third in the Pacific Division, having 2 games in hand. In other news, Radko Gudas of the Ducks will have a virtual hearing with the NHL following last night's knee-on-knee collision with Leafs captain Austin Matthews. Matthews set to undergo an MRI to confirm the severity of his injury. In Canada and Team USA match up in the World Baseball Classic quarterfinal. First pitch just after 6 to the hardwood. The Raptors and Suns tip off at 5:30, having a total of 7 games in the association. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at Capital Care Foundation.net. EST Afternoons rolls on following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense. The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
All right. We're back here. Final segment on this Friday. Don't forget, pregame show at 5 o'clock from the Ice House. And then on Sunday as well. He's not on location, though, so Tommy Gazzola, that is. Joined by Evan Dom from Sport Edmonton. Runs the show there. He's El Jefe, the big boss. Is that right?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
But you are.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's me and EJ, so it doesn't take much to be the big boss over there. It's just the first person in the office every day.
Well, it wouldn't be EJ's.
That's how we'll decide who gets to make the calls for the day. Whoever gets there first.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty confident that I'll be in the big seat here for a bit.
Yeah. No, that's
I think he beat me in once.
Really?
Since November.
You should have marked that day down.
Oh, I've got his attendance schedule. It's don't worry.
Oh, okay.
We track that stuff over there. We're very, very diligent.
There's only 2 of you, so it's easy to track.
It's true. We've got little time cards that we punch in and out right by the door after we shoot some hoops on the basketball hoop on the back.
You guys are downtown.
Yeah, we're downtown. Yeah.
Awesome. And don't forget dining week going on.
That's right.
Downtown. We went to Shoyu Sushi. It was fantastic.
I saw the video.
Yeah. And Maddie and Tommy went to Campio.
Where did Reed go with Jay?
Bundock.
Boondock.
Yeah, I saw
that looked great.
Well. Yeah.
That looked great. And Dusty
Phenomenal.
went to El Furniture Warehouse, which is great.
I mean, try something different, eat some burgers. No.
I was about to say that's his usual diet.
Yeah, I know.
A burger with nothing in it, though.
Yeah, I know. He just asked for the toddler because that's what the toddlers would eat for their burgers.
Oh, buddy.
Side of ketchup, please. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just cheese, nothing else. Ketchup on the side. Then you put the whole thing on the burger too. So you just can't taste anything but ketchup.
So check out a lot of the establishments downtown for Edmonton for downtown dining week. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. And it was great to be able to check out some restaurants we haven't. And I'll be going back to that sushi place because Gager and I absolutely love it. Do you have a problem with me saying sushi for sushi?
What is that all about?
Well, I don't know. Short?
Sush?
Let's go for some sush, Dom.
I would probably smack you. I would slap you across the face.
Okay, so you're just like Joaquin. He's like, please stop saying that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't like it. I don't like that one.
Trying to stay young. Hey, let's get to the screw.
I don't think that's the way to do it.
I've never said that in my life, Hernan.
Well, I run.
Could you ask somebody who's under the age of 50 if they would say that?
Whatever. Let's get to the screw. Let's do it. Parlay for Play Alberta inside the numbers. Hit it, Coops.
Let's do it, no delay. Let's take a risk today. No sense being safe. We need a huge payday.
All right. So the reason for screw.
I love that, by the way. That's like Jonas Brothers vibes.
It is. Whenever Nasty sent it in, so it's
awesome.
Great. The screw let's do is parlay. We don't put a lot of thought into it. We just pick. And usually our bets are a lot higher. So if you hit, you make a lot of money. So since you're guest co-host, would you like to go first? Now, it can be a money line. It can be a player props. It can be anything you want.
I'll go player prop, sure.
Okay. What do you want?
Can go anything.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 games in the NHL. Oilers, Blues, Kings Island.
I'll go, and this can be ridiculous?
Within reason, because the Play Alberta sometimes doesn't have props for like let's say
okay, so how about Draisaitl shots?
Sure.
Let's go 6.
So that'd probably be what, like
over 5.5.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
He's gonna have a good night.
Yeah,
he's
that's Hernan.
He's due.
5.5. Yeah, 5.5 shots for Draisaitl.
Oh, I like that. Okay, over 5.5 shots. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Koo, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in that game. I'm gonna go to the other side of the rink though, the home squad. Dylan Holloway, Calgary boy himself. He's riding a 5-game point streak, 2 multi-point games in that stretch. I know you said not much thought goes into this. Not much thought went into this until I saw these stats. Last game he had 2 assists against the Canes, and all 5 games during his point streak, he's been a plus player. He's gonna get a point tonight.
Okay.
That's way more thought than I put into mine.
Hey, but you went.
Sometimes you just
Holloway
go
should be an Oiler still, by the way.
I just
some people would say.
Oh, let's not open that again, please. Please, Dom.
Hey.
We've moved on. We have Podkolzin. Well, the Oilers have Podkolzin. I shouldn't say we. I just want to look at something here. This is fun. I'm looking at Leon Draisaitl.
Has he?
No, I just want to see his shots.
Yeah, I got that up too.
What
He had
are
no
they
shots
trending?
yesterday.
Okay, so
There you go.
yesterday he had 0.
There you go. He's
He had
gonna
5
get
the
2
game
games
before.
worth.
Yeah.
He's had over
5.5 might be low.
He's had 6 or more shots. Yeah, about 3 times this year.
Okay, so
4 times.
I'm expecting a big night.
Hey, I don't mind it. I do not mind it at all. Okay, I'm going to go with the bet I love doing. I'm going to stick with this game. I'm going to go Oilers and Blues both to score 2 goals.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that cool?
I like that one.
All right. Big Uke says they also may not be able to get you a 5.5 line. So what would be the max, Big Uke, do you think? 4.5?
I think 4.5 is up there.
So,
4.5.
So if it's not 5.5, it's 4.5.
You want me to confirm right now?
Yeah, why not?
Well, how many
up
games
here.
has he gone 5 this year? I'm curious now. We've got 4 at
Definitely a handful.
6.
Okay, we got 1 minute here. Let me look. So he had 5 2 games ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They do
6,
have
7,
over 5.5.
8. 8, 9. 9 times this year he's gone over 5 shots. Tonight.
Do it at 4.5.
Do it at 4.5.
Are you sure?
Do it at 4.5.
Okay. And you
don't
said
be
they do
too
have
ambitious.
5.5?
They do have 5.5 available for.
Well, next time I'm on, I'll go with somebody else at 5.5, and it won't be Podkolzin.
Well, Tage Thompson had 5 shots yesterday on 1 power play.
Well, there you go. Exactly.
Hey, don't go anywhere. Reed Wilkins show coming up with Jay Milne and Matthew Wannick from 3 to 5, and then Tom Gazzola with the Oil Stream pregame show. Dom, thanks for coming in. This was great. How did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Okay.
I would say I do it anytime, but again, I said that to Matty one time on the Hangout, and he abused that, so I'll do it occasionally.
Okay, well, I'll reach out to you if you can join us. It'd be great. People absolutely love the Dahmer. We love Evan Dom. It's great. Thank you for coming in, pal. And Coop, can you just lower it a bit? Where can people find your work and your website for
SportEdmonton.com. Hit it up.
Okay, SportEdmonton.com for all information there. They're doing great work there. Evan Dom and Evan Jones. All right, for Coop, for Evan Dom, I'm Hernan saying enjoy the weekend, enjoy the games tonight and this weekend. F1, set your lineups if you're in the Fantasy League. Enjoy your weekend. Chowders.